was way too excited about this.
Take it off!
Oh, shut up. I'm doing it. Fuck.
Oh, poor cat. I was just a ball of hormones exploding all over her.
Yep.
Yeah. Something.
Yep, you sure were.
Oh.
Yeah!
What?
Nothing. I mean, I had one just like that.
I think it's pretty.
Yeah! Itty bitty titty go!
Who cares? I'm positive that her mother bought her that thing. Don't look. Gotta get it back on.
I peeked.
Nora! Boundaries.
Terrible. I, had a lot of growing up to do.
What else happened? I feel like we're missing something important.
It was Cat.
Here.
Use my pen instead.
Boring.
I'm not gonna be the one cleaning up the mess.
Don't stab yourself.
I hate blood.
Relax.
Daz raised the theory of transmassive cat in their stream. That is the compelling theory. I'm interested to see present day cat if we get to. I'm guessing we will.
Let's see how fast you can go. Ready?
Yeah, you can do the trick where you undo the overalls and like undo the bra underneath. Although actually no, that was like a little t-shirt one, wasn't it? So that's probably more for needling. But yeah, if you have one that does up at the back, you can do a trick where you can like take it off without taking your t-shirt off.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Yeah. I literally get in, do it, live my life. Ooh. Ooh. Shit's going down.
And then what happened?
I want to know what Autumn remembers. We probably see both.
What do you remember, Autumn? I'm drawing a blank. The deepest one yet.
Yeah, I'm
if
intrigued by
being
these blue and purple lights.
Why don't we talk about something else?
Nora.
No, Nora.
I know it's a lot, but we might be
Nora, what are we
missing
here for?
something important
Literally,
here.
why did you meet up with us, Nora?
It's been
Why are you here?
27 years, y'all. Why now? Because we made a promise. So why break it now? We need your help, Nor. If we're gonna figure this out.
It's in the past.
Please, Nora.
You shouldn't run from the past.
Yeah,
We
that's
were
me.
best
That was
friends.
Like my gut instinct.
What happened? You can't keep running from the past when things get serious, Nora.
I'm just trying to keep things light, okay? Is that so bad?
Some time
Yeah.
and place. Time and place.
Time and place!
Time and place.
And you did it at my birthday dinner!
Please, can we just drive somewhere and throw this package off a cliff or
Nora,
something?
honey, look.
We can be done with it.
You could have just not gone here.
I don't know. I think we open it when we're all ready.
Those moths. Wait. I just remembered something.
I usually slept deeply too, but
Can't relate.
something woke me up that night. And Cat was just gone.
Oh, God.
That's right.
snoring?
Yeah, I think it's autumn.
Spooky.
In some ways, I am definitely glad that I'm not the one playing this because I just go into panic mode when things actually get scary in a game, so... Oh no, it's Nora who's snoring. Damn. Plot twist.
Cat.
That makes more sense to me somehow.
Yeah, it feels right, doesn't it? It just feels like she's the sort of person who would be incredibly embarrassed about that, so therefore it makes sense that it's her.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, that's very beautiful, but...
Oh.
Cat. There were these glowing moths. I wish I had shot some footage of them. I never seen anything like it.
You have to like follow them? Yeah, they're like going away if you go follow them. Spooky.
Cat!
This is almost feeling like sci-fi-esque rather than paranormal, but I guess in some ways that's kind of linked, but you know what I mean.
You, think she went towards the lake?
Oh my god. Are they
You
waiting
okay?
for Kat, or did something happen to Kat? Sorry.
Yeah, well this is what I was wondering. But I was thinking the way they were talking about Kat.
But they have
Didn't-
been like, oh, we'll open the package when we all get here, and they haven't opened the package yet, so maybe Kat's...
And they've also said, like, I don't know, just the way they were talking about that memory of Kat, like, taking her bra off and stuff. Like, it didn't sound like... I don't know, it just, the vibes weren't that. You know what I mean?
Try to look at the tower.
Okay.
This action will have moth sequences.
She might.
Where's the tower?
She used to go there to be alone.
So, I'm sorry if
I think you might have to walk out further, maybe? To see if it's there? If you can. Like, if you can go up towards that rock. Yeah, they also don't remember what happened, but surely they'd remember if... I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Like, if you made a pact to not talk about it again or not see each other again, surely you would know if Kat was there for the pact. Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, potentially something happened to her and now...
Oh.
And then she forgot, or and they all forgot.
Yeah, maybe. Oh. Main thing is recording the moths and then following them. Okay. There are shadowy figures you might notice sometimes. Ooh. Go through the bush.
Yeah, okay, apologies if I missed the tower. Ugh, the camera thing is so spooky.
Oh, yeah, it's really... Ugh.
Oh, jeez.
Whoa. I knew that path. We'd been there before. Cat? Are you out here?
The lesbian ball is unharmed.
It is. But they didn't take it with them, which feels incorrect.
Cat?
Oh. Whoopsie.
Is she good?
Girl, are you okay? Oh, what? What?
You scared them.
Cat! Jeez, I was looking for you.
Welcome.
Shit. I thought I knew this place.
We do.
Oh.
We made our blood pact here. And signed the curse.
Yeah. I knew you'd remember. Hey, you should film this. No way the others will believe us otherwise. I mean, it wasn't like this before.
You mean before you wrote the curse?
Yeah. Our curse.
Anomaly.
Well, the bird has a purple eye, so yeah, I'd say that's probably a bit.
It was hard to see. That camcorder was all I had to help.
It's interesting, like the theme or the idea of like, oh god. You know, I was thinking earlier that the trees looked like they had eyes on them.
Well, trees sure do have eyes.
Cat was always wandering those woods alone. She was the type that follows something, even if it seemed strange.
Yeah, the little glowing purple flowers as well. Hmm. What?
Believe us otherwise. I mean,
I've been here before.
it wasn't like this before.
We've always been here. Here. And on here. Cat is there. Cat was always there. Cat was staring down at the lights in the abyss. Cat was calling up from down below. The voices are old and young. They are watching. They remember everything and nothing. They are shadows of what used to be. They want to come back, but they're afraid.
Rest in peace, David Lynch. You would have loved Lost Records, Bloom and Rage.
So true. So true. Wow. Well.
Spicy. The Abyss, I hear it's lovely this time of year. Anyone want to take a little spring trip? What does Swan mean regarding Cat? It's a very good question.
Lost and Fairy has a theory but can't say.
Okay.
Maybe tell us at the end of our stream if it's a canon specific theory. I say we offer Warren as a sacrifice to the Abyss.
Yeah.
I agree.
So Abyss, do you need a blood sacrifice?
Do you need a blood sacrifice? No, they're like, no, we actually don't. And we're like, no, it's fine, it's fine, we can do it, It's all good, don't worry, we've got you. Yeah, we got someone, it's fine, we brought someone with us, we'll just chuck them in, it's fine, it's all good.
we time travel to 2013, pick up
Yeah.
Warren, and then time travel back to 1995, and then give him some blood sacrifice.
Warren actually doesn't die in the storm, he dies in the abyss.
Yeah, absolutely. Which is
Or,
why
you know,
it's
gets possessed.
fine to sacrifice Arcadia Bay, because Warren is going to die anyway.
Warren's gonna die anyway. You don't have to kiss him. You don't have to even hug him. You definitely don't have to go to ape with him. Go ape. Go ape.
I like
Go ape.
go to ape.
Go to ape.
Okay,
Let's go and see ape.
Is this an okay time to take a 5-minute break? Because I need a wee.
I think this is a good time to take a 5-minute break because it's about to kick off.
It's about to kick off, yeah, I was just thinking.
Yeah.
I need to go piss
I'm all
girl.
good with that.
Ape, ape,
It's so
ape.
funny to see people being like, oh no, are they gonna sacrifice someone? We're just like, Warren, it's fine. Ape.
Okay, yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
5-minute break? Is 5 minutes okay
Yeah.
with you, or do you want a bit longer?
Yeah, 5 minutes is perfect for me. All
Okay,
good.
cool. See you guys in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, friends.
Welcome back. I'm so sorry that I neglected to put on the menu music instead of this creepy shit.
This is quite creepy, yep.
We've just been sitting here for 5 minutes listening to
Just
creepy
something you
stuff.
could really meditate to. Yeah. Just really...
Have you guys ever tried transcendental meditation?
Because you're not going to get that with this. Oh,
She's so...
Miss Layla.
She's so...
Wow.
What was... Like...
Yeah.
She's so needy.
She's so needy.
Come up here again if you want. Nobody's stopping you.
Arthur's stopped at the moment. I'm not having that up here. Not risking it. Arthur just threw up while we were on break, by the way, everyone. Really kind of him. Very generous of him in that moment.
I think it happened because we said Bloody Mary 13 times.
Maybe.
Okay,
Yeah.
You're back for the creepy stuff?
She's here. She's like, hell yeah, I'm here for it.
Yes, you are. Okay, let's go.
Okay.
So Kat,
So there's this anomaly.
I got some good footage, I guess you could say that,
Yeah, you could say that.
I've got some footage. This place is something. I don't know what this is, but it definitely wasn't here before.
Yeah.
She is the emotional support horror watcher, and yeah, she's a black cat. So
I
she loves
feel like I'm on the edge of a dream. You know the feeling when your stomach drops? Like,
I don't love that the abyss is like shining in her eyes every time we look at her.
bet it'd feel crazy like that. Jumping in.
Does it feel
What
like
do you
she's
think's
possessed?
down there?
Yep.
Pandemonium. That's my instinct.
Yeah, go with it.
But also, I don't know. What do you think?
I'm easy. If that's your first instinct, I would say go for it.
Pandemonium.
And anarchy? Sign me up.
No, Cat, don't.
Swan?
Yes?
I'll never forget this. Everything that's happened tonight.
You hear something?
What was that?
Something down there?
Where are they?
Oh, it's...
Oh.
Sure you heard them? Is something... Hey! Wait up! We're over here.
Hey,
Hey. What's going on? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are seeing this too, right? Yeah. Fuck.
You scared?
No? Yes?
Nora's terrified.
This isn't happening. What the hell? Wish I had 9 lives. I bet a cat could jump down there and land on her feet. Wasn't this place empty? We were sitting right here, in the middle. Oh god. Oh god. Maybe I'm crazy, but is this our fault?
Because we sealed our curse here.
No way. That
Cat, you
shit's
good
not
girl?
real.
Because there's like a
We
kind
were
of
just
Cat,
screwing around.
honey?
light in your eyes. And...
Yeah, like, I just want to check in.
It's a sinkhole.
Maybe it worked.
Yeah. I don't see the point in denying it.
Ritual. Maybe it worked. I thought I felt something. Really? This is fucking weird, you guys.
I knew I felt something here. I'm sure it's the curse. I'm sure of it. We summoned this, so we should, like,
Uh-oh.
give it something.
Warren.
And
Give
maybe,
it Warren.
it'll give us something back?
Yeah, what we need is a Jennifer's body situation here. We just sacrifice
Yeah.
ways.
You mean you want to throw something down there?
Yeah.
A trade. Or a gift.
A trade, a sacrifice, or a gift.
These are interesting. I think I feel like quite frightened of saying a sacrifice.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
I think that like a trade obviously implies that you are giving
We'll get something back.
it to get something back, yeah. A gift feels like it implies that you're giving something to honor it without expecting anything in return.
I would say gift feels the most... I don't know. I'm leaning towards gift. I don't know why.
Honestly, I think that's better. I think with some of these things, it's like you gotta follow your intuition, like not overthink it.
Yeah. Also, I feel like with trade, I'm like, they could give us something horrible back, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know what I'm trading for.
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
a gift? Maybe. That's kind of nice.
Autumn's
Let's
like,
do it.
please.
Let's ask it for something.
I don't...
I'll go first.
No.
God.
Cat.
Our luck, Warren gets thrown back.
I'd fall.
Oh, cat.
Cat. I'm stressed.
I bring a gift. I seek your guidance. Abyss. Everyone thinks they know what's best for me. But they don't.
Ooh.
I deserve justice.
I want to know. So, I can't remember if I said this last time,
Fucking dying here.
but I'm obviously with Kat and like whatever that guy's name is, her sister's boyfriend.
Corey?
Yeah, like I understand hating him. He sucks, but like, I don't know if this is like taking it to a place it doesn't need to go, but I'm getting a particular vibe. Like it feels more than that.
It
You know what I
definitely feels
mean?
like more than that. It's, yeah.
And I'm
yeah.
like, ugh,
Like,
you know?
there's something a lot darker happening there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting the vibe of, because I think
Yeah, Layla was
hating
like,
some...
oh.
Yeah, because like hating some guy, fine. But like the way she hates some guy is like
No, the way she hates him
so
is like,
specific.
very specific, very personal. And yeah, there could be something a lot darker going on there.
Yeah. And obviously like with her family as well, I could see things being like ignored or like pushed under the rug. And yeah, I don't know.
Which
Feels like this. Yeah.
I think we're gonna see how things unfold and whether that's the case or something different. But if that is the case, then I think that I know that this team is like, Life is Strange is somewhat inspired by Twin Peaks and stuff. I think that if that's the direction that they are going in with the cat story, then I think that the Laura
Palmer of it all.
The Laura Palmer of it all is really interesting. Yeah, if that's where it's going.
Well.
Get me out. Get me out. Get us out.
A trade? You could get a copy of Double Exposure coming out of it. Yeah, I don't want that.
No. I'm okay.
Yeah.
Here.
Ugh, I got chills. Ooh, the Abyss has a bit synthesizer.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm nervous.
Me too.
Hey. If I told you guys that my wish came true, would you believe me?
Dude, that was just last night. Wishes don't come true that fast. But what if? Huh? What's that?
Let me see. You didn't say the magic word. Please. Pretty please with sugar on top. Read him and weep.
You won the tickets! What? Oh my God!
We're going to see Bikini Kill
fucking yeah.
live in Seattle. Can you fucking believe it?
Holy shit! Dude! Yes!
I know. Things are finally going right for me. Ever since we found that place.
It's because of your amazing poems. You crushed it.
Thanks.
I'm freaking out!
The show's in September. We just gotta find a way to get there.
Why is he here?
Uh-oh. Oh, God.
Hey, cat's out of the bag.
Fuck off. Great. Not again. Jeez.
Throwing
What's up?
tomatoes at him.
Dykes, you just gonna stare?
Oh, great.
I don't mind.
You wish, loser.
Oh, look who it is. The weird girl who was.
That's Sir Corey
stalking
and
my
Warren in the
girlfriend.
Abyss. Now that I'm agreeing with.
I could have gotten fired over your bullshit stunt. Just go away.
What's your problem?
And Elliot and Jefferson.
Cool. Whatever. Your dad sent me to get you, Cat.
If he wants me home so bad, he can come and get me himself.
Better pack up. Now.
Go to hell.
Oh, her eyes went purple when
What?
she said that.
You're not my boss. I'm fucking sick of your bullshit.
Fuck, Cat. Take it up with your dad. We talked about this.
You're such an ass kisser. Do my dad's boots taste good?
Oh, that's not me. Now you better come along.
Bet you'd suck his dick.
I wasn't talking to you. You dumb bitch.
Throw him in the
Fuck
abyss.
off already.
Throw him in the
Dylan doesn't wanna
abyss.
fight.
Like I give a shit.
Okay, Cat. It's time to go.
Dude, you heard her.
I
Go
think get bent.
away.
Get
I
bent.
know. Like,
Yeah.
How many times do we have to tell you?
Tell her dad to get bent.
Stay out of this, freak.
We're not letting you take her.
This doesn't involve you.
Hey, fuck off!
You know, I gotta ask. What's with all the makeup? You look like a fucking whore.
What? Me next?
Okay.
A gift. I want to be
Oh, a little
famous.
phantom pig. Oh,
Like rock star famous.
of course you do.
And, I want us to stick together forever. And if anyone tries to stop us, they can go fuck themselves.
Well, you'll get the first one.
I'll get the first one.
Oh, and I wish for all of us to get
Oh, Nora, no.
infinity
I don't think that's
wish.
how it's gonna work.
No, Nora. I think you got one wish and it was the first wish you got.
You're outnumbered, tough guy. Leave us alone or we will kick your fucking ass.
Ooh.
Fuck this! I'm on the clock. Get on the fucking bike, cat.
Just tell Dad I'm not
Piss
coming
off!
along. Or are you too
We'll trash your
stupid
fucking
to pass
bike.
that
I'm
on?
leaning into
Go
it now.
away!
Yeah.
And I hope you crash your stupid...
Oh, he's gonna crash his bike.
Did you forget that your dad's my fucking boss? You think I
hope
want to be
so.
babysitting you? I'm not here for fun.
As if we care.
Oh, you. Dean told me all about you. Guess it wasn't worth a second go.
Jesus Christ. So what did Autumn wish for?
Nah. I'm not doing this. Whatever this thing is, I don't trust it. Not
I
yet.
think that's smart.
Yeah.
You want to know my dreams? You gotta give me something first. Tell me something. How deep do you go? Listen. Huh? Did you say something? I can't hear you. I don't listen to fucking losers.
Shut up.
Dude, stop.
Leave?
Leave. And by the way, Dean couldn't even get it up. Bet you have that in common. Birds
it.
of a feather, right?
Who can blame him? Okay, Kat, I'm sick of talking to your dumb friends. Time to go. You don't want your dad pissed at you.
I'm not afraid of my dad. That's you. Wouldn't want to mess up your grand plan.
What are you on about now?
You want the ranch. I heard what you said to Dylan.
You're out of line. You know, someone ought to teach you a lesson.
I'd like to see you try.
Whoa! Hey, Swan, film him.
We can report him for attempted kidnapping.
Don't you dare!
Rolling.
I don't keep turn it off! Fatty!
What the fuck?
What? Dude!
What the hell? Rolling? I thought you loved being filmed.
Shut up, moron!
Memoir discovered bullies.
I'm not gonna hold back.
We all discovered those a while ago, but okay.
Harassment and the harm that you did. I have a wish.
Ooh.
I wish to be free. That's my gut.
Interesting.
What do you think?
Mine was I wish to be strong for some reason. I'm not sure why.
Oh.
Aries core. I'm down. I'm down for either. I think I wish to be free is probably more like going to be more interesting. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, let's go with it for now.
I wish to have a superpower so I can join Staffy's gang.
Oh my god.
I don't know that I want that. I just want to kiss her. That's
I just wanted to kiss her and then forget that. Just like these girls forgot this summer, I wanted to forget that.
Yeah, I want to forget that summer. Yeah, it wasn't in summer, but you know.
I bring a gift. I seek your guidance. I wish to be free. Like moths shedding our cocoons, and instead of being drawn into the flame, we make it ours so that nothing can keep us apart. From here on out, forever.
Oh, myself. Ooh. Dwarf the screen. Oh, the purple eyes.
So I've never seen The Craft, but
No, neither have I,
I'm
but
told
yeah, I'm getting...
that it's like 90s
Just get on
about
the
some
bike.
teenage girls,
No.
and it's got witchy
Yeah.
vibes. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
try and give it a watch before tape 2 because I think that might be another.
Definitely.
But also, I was just
Stuff
thinking
doesn't
about.
matter.
I know I've said before, and like other people have mentioned that like the one of the parallels with Yellow Jackets is like something happens to these girls when they're teenagers, and then as adults, the adult women, they're like reunited, and somebody knows their secret and is leaving these mysterious like packages, symbols, blah blah blah. But the themes in Yellow Jackets also develop to be quite like spiritual in terms of this is not like a huge spoiler at this point, I don't think, but it's like the girls develop like a spiritual relationship with the wilderness that has like a paganistic like animist sort of religion vibe, and I think that without giving more away for anyone who's interested in watching Yellow Jackets, I think that that's quite an interesting parallel as well.
For sure.
Just like, as well, especially when you don't really like understand what the nature of the thing is, and you're giving something to it or developing a relationship with it when you don't really understand what its terms are.
Yeah.
It has this power. You know that it has power, but you don't understand that power, and you make sacrifices or worship it, perhaps somewhat recklessly. And I don't know. These are interesting themes to me. Something to chew on for sure. I mean, like, I am someone who believes in God, but then equally, like, I think that my faith. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like my faith makes a lot of sense to me, and my relationship with God and its terms and conditions, I guess. It's not like I fully like know or understand those things because they can't really be known, but equally it's something that clicks into place. I guess like I trust it, you know? Whereas sometimes when this was coming up, I guess I'm like interrogating my own feeling of like, oh, I don't trust it, like I don't know, you know what I mean?
It's
especially
religion
because,
feels a bit more known and trustworthy to you than like this kind of thing where I guess you don't know, you can't necessarily see God in it, but you can see something, if that makes sense, right?
I can see something, for sure. I mean, I guess like even in Islam, it's like, you know, you have which is my religion, of course, like, you know, there are other like systems of worship that would be interesting to think about in that regard, but like, you know, I guess that you have to have like, you know, you do these things to fulfill your interpretation of like God's word and to try to fulfill that contract that you have with God in the best way that you know and you interpret how. But you know, in Islam there's also things like jinn, and you don't always know the jinn's intention.
That's what I was thinking about.
Yeah, like the jinn is a lot of people like conflate jinn with like demons, like the way that Westerners think about demons, but it's not that. And the thing about jinn often is that they're actually like you don't always understand like what their intentions are or what they are capable of or what, you know, so it's such a like unknown in that way. And yeah, I mean, so much of like Islam is about it's interesting. It's not, I think Islam like culturally and stuff as well, in particular like cultural practices manifest differently, but there's a lot of like rituals and sayings and things that we have to not only to like, I guess, worship God, but also to be mindful of like jinn or of the shaitan or like the devil. So we have a lot of like rituals of like, you know, for example, my mom will always, when she's like brushing her hair or like brushing my hair, and this is common, she'll like take all of the hair and like wrap it up. Before binning it, she will like say a prayer or say Bismillah like several times and then throw it away, because hair can be used to curse you. So
that makes sense.
So the reason that she does that is so that someone doesn't like cast nazar upon you, or they can't use your hair to curse you. So yeah, I don't know. I guess that like it's funny because I guess like spirituality is and my religion are like very important to me, but this is making me think about like, oh, like where do those kind of instincts come from? You can't even like put a finger on it, can you? Sometimes you trust it, sometimes you don't, and you're like, and there's no way of like knowing, right? Because we're dealing in the like unseen and the unknowable and the. So how do you know if you can trust it?
Yeah, I mean, superstition is like, you know, I feel like that transcends. Obviously, it's a huge part of religion, but it like people who aren't religious are superstitious too. They can be superstitious, you know, like it's not necessarily linked, but it is at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, so personally, I don't love the word superstition because I think it's very charged. I think it like has a connotation
of like a negative thing.
Yeah, or like a foolish thing.
I see. Okay.
But yes, I think I hear what
I guess that's just the word I would use to describe that, but I don't necessarily like it doesn't necessarily have to be. I don't necessarily see it as a negative thing, but yeah, I understand that culturally we have used it negatively. Yeah, I get you. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I think that like cultural and religious stuff like entwines in an interesting way in that regard. Like a lot of people have done like historical and anthropological studies of Islam and how it like, for example, in like the Southwest Asia, like certain pre-Islamic traditions kind of melded into Islam in a certain way. And a lot of people like jinn was something that, you know, pre-Islamic times there was like certain beliefs that may have been connected to and blah blah blah. But anyway, yeah, I guess
it's like in the UK, like pre-Christian times like are linked with like paganism, but there's a lot in paganism that has been sort of transferred over into Christianity as a kind of way to keep some of that going and stuff like that as well.
Yeah. But so, sorry, this is a bit of a tangent, I guess. But I guess I was just thinking about like, yeah, I guess like when it comes to any kind of spirituality or religion, it's like, you know, if you're dealing with God or spirits or jinn or whatever it is, like whatever you believe in, like it is the realm of like the unknown and like the unknowable. So what is it that makes us like trust it or not trust it? Or that's not a question. I don't have an answer. I don't know. I just think that's interesting.
Fair. That is interesting.
But I felt myself playing that and responding in a very like, oh, I don't know if I can trust it way. And I guess I was just reflecting
I get that.
on that.
Yeah, no, that is interesting. think I feel like Autumn's route was quite sensible in this situation. But also, I don't like if you have something that you think could grant you something and you're a teenager.
Oh, totally
Dog
understandable.
party guy, you and your double exposure shade is I'm enjoying it. Yeah. But it just as a teenager I completely get why they do it. But
Oh,
no,
totally.
it is
Yeah.
interesting
I
that
totally understand.
Autumn has that impulse, and I wonder if there's like a root in like Autumn's religion, if she has a religion that maybe is similar to how you feel in some way, of like, don't mess with this thing that you don't understand. But like, I don't know. Yeah, that's just I wonder. But yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting as well, because I often like Life is Strange kind of has like a certain amount of spiritual thematics that I don't often think are like. I don't feel like that element of the game is super discussed. But
no, I get you.
It's always had that vibe to me because of how it's framed as like, the universe gave me these powers. I don't know why. It just happened, and I don't know why this happened, and I don't like know what the message is, and I don't know like how to navigate this, but it is like some kind of a greater power or something like made this happen.
But it's also like a kind of, for Max, I think the way she chooses what it means, I guess.
Yeah.
And I think that's really interesting in relation to like thinking about. Sorry, I'm just gonna swap headphone.
How will we know what's going on if they don't explicitly tell us? I know, crazy. I love the ambiguity. Hello. I think it's really interesting. Yeah, the sources of the superpowers in Life is Strange. Yeah, I've always felt that it was sort of a spiritual way, and I mean, Life is Strange 2 does kind of like majorly bring religion in as a theme, which is one of my favorite things about it.
Yeah, well, definitely.
Cool. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. That's
no, it was interesting.
Move it! Oh shit! Hey!
Beat him up.
Fuck! Hey!
Yeah. Go gang.
Come on, 4 against 1. We got him. Oh my god, the Abyss, she's so pretty.
She is, she's gorgeous. She's got bisexual lighting and everything.
Get ready with
Love that.
The Abyss.
Gully Pop, let's go out. Oh my god.
So...
It's very thematically linked, Lost and Fairy says, to indigeneity in terms of the themes, I think, in Life is Strange. But, of course, the lack of indigenous people is really shitty. Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of First Nations spirituality, as I understand it, is linked to a connectedness to the earth and all living things. Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, there are hundreds and hundreds of indigenous, like, belief systems in the world, right? But many of them in Turtle Island are about the understanding of, like, the interconnectedness of all things. I mean, it's true of a lot of religions in different ways, though. Like, I would argue that's true of Islam. Some people don't act like it is. But that's... I'm not going to get into Muslim beef on
on Maine.
Like, like Hinduism and all sorts. But Shintoism in Japan is like very, very heavily leans on the ideas that there are like spirits in all things, like etc. Yes, interested to see how that might develop in this game, because I guess we've, some things have been super interesting in how, like, Don't Nod, and particularly the team that worked on Life is Strange, has, as we've said previously, specifically worked on things that they've been critiqued for. For example, lack of fat representation, and now we're seeing that, and lack of POC representation or discussions of racism, and that we got Life is Strange 2, and so and I really admire that, like, that they respond to that criticism and try to kind of grow in that way.
I would, considering like how, again, interlinked with specifically like the Native American like cultural appropriation goes down in the first Life is Strange. I would be interested to see them like try to, I guess, do improve on that in a future game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I know that obviously
different team. Sorry, but tell me why is Don't Nod but a different team, and tell me why it kind of like tries to engage a bit more.
Yes,
that,
it does
although
engage a bit more with that.
Yeah, we have our mixed opinions on that.
We'll see. Well, we've yet to stream that together, so.
Yeah, at some point we may very well do that. Revisit Tell Me Why.
Yeah, I think we have talked about it. I think that
would be it would be great to talk a bit more about the indigenous politics and Tell Me Why as well. Like,
yeah.
It wasn't a dream. It was real. I guess it was. I mean, does it even matter anymore?
Kind of, yeah. You've got this whole. Oh, I'm so done.
I feel like things with Corey got worse after that. Like, what happened to him? Didn't they blame him for what happened at the ranch?
Not here, Autumn. Someone might be listening.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be negative.
No, you're just trying to avoid the situation.
It's okay.
Nora, why are you
Stay
being
positive,
avoided?
girlies. Yeah.
I'm gonna
Let's do it. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's fucking go. I want to know.
What's wrong? Why'd you come if you don't want to talk about this?
I'm fine.
Fucking get it.
I just feel like the past is the past, you know? I want to hear about your lives now.
Why are you trying to change the subject?
Is this thing on? Okay, guys. You owe me a beer for this one.
Oh boy.
Hell no.
The bartender fling a double of tequila.
What timing?
I'll bite Al. Why? She said,
Hit me with your best shot. Why don't you hit me with your best shot?
I love you, but do us all a favor and don't go into comedy, man.
Well then.
Something
Shots,
about-
anyone?
Oh,
I'm good for now. Thanks.
Really?
Boo.
Is now the time for shots?
Yeah, like.
Anyone want to
Hell,
play around
Nora.
a pool then?
Also,
Nora,
like.
we're not done talking here.
We have all night. Loosen up a little.
I can't.
All right.
Also, Swan isn't drinking. Like,
some
why would
pool.
you get shots when, like, one of your group isn't drinking? That feels so wrong somehow.
Dad and Linda.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Totally
I mean, I
used to
don't know
come
if we
here.
expressed that to Nora yet, but yeah.
Well, I think Nora got a drink as well for
It's not
us.
their scene.
Fair enough.
I don't know. Either way.
Are you coming,
Yeah,
son?
I'm literally on my way.
Yeah.
I'm literally
I'm-
walking
I'm
in
get-
your
I'm-
direction.
I'm walking.
Hey, Nor. Do you remember how strange Cat seemed after we found the abyss?
Oh, come on. Can we take a break from talking about that night?
Why?
Sorry,
Nora.
just sort of past all that.
Girl,
Nora,
Past all that.
I don't know what to say.
Let's hear her out, Nora. Really?
sorry, it's
Tell us
grating
what
on
you
me a little
remember.
bit. I don't know if you can tell.
Oh,
About
uh,
Cat.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about how Kat seemed to change that night.
Come on. Grab a cue stick. They're up on the wall.
Have you read the Chronicles of Narnia?
Not since I was a kid, but yes.
Okay. Did you read all of them? Or
I did indeed.
Bar near my
just some of them?
has a
Okay.
table like this.
So you know how
it's one of those
spoiler alert for the
hipster
Chronicles of
places.
Narnia, a very
All
old
the
book
bad
series.
vibes, but still charging
The
$15 a drink.
ending is basically like loads of the characters going into heaven, like dying and going to heaven in Narnia.
Yep.
And Susan gets left behind because she stopped believing in Narnia heaven.
Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, C.S. Lewis was like very deeply Christian in a way that is not fun, as you might be able to gauge from the religious metaphor that Charlotte is describing.
It's heavy-handed at best, but also just not. It's very like, is it the Epiphany or like not the what? You know what I don't know what I mean.
Thank you.
Like,
thank you.
kind of like,
thank you guys for telling me where the pool cue was.
Yes. But what I mean is, like the thing in the Bible, I'm not clearly my religious knowledge is not up to par.
That's
but
okay. I might be able to
in
fill
the
in gaps.
Bible, the religion I'm the most familiar with, there's the like theory of like
about Revelation.
That's the one, yeah.
Okay.
Where like everyone dies and goes to heaven or hell, basically, and it's like the reckoning on earth. But then that's that's what I think he is trying to say in that.
Yeah,
right?
I mean it's a pretty
then,
obvious meta.
Yeah. And then of course, Susan does not get involved in that she does not die. Along with the other main characters, all of the main characters at once for some fucking reason.
Well, that's what that's giving is like I don't know about this, so I'd be interested in like, do you know what kind of a Christian C.S. Lewis was? Because I don't.
No,
because
no clue.
Specifically, if that's like the religious metaphor that he's going for, then specifically the interpretation it's giving is like the rapture, which is
that's basically how like the final book ends. But there's this whole thing about Susan and how she grew up and started to think of Narnia as like this fun game that they played as kids and not something that actually happened to them, because she's grown up and she's like more interested in lipstick and how she looks and being a woman. And
Justice
obviously people were pissed. Justice for fucking Susan, damn. Obviously people were pissed off about this, but I think for some reason it's really giving Nora to me, in that it's that vibe, and not necessarily because I think that Nora is not. I don't know. Like, there's something about like the kind of denial of it all. How obviously this is we only get this described through like Lucy's point of view. I think as an adult, how she sees Susan like now, I guess, and she's like, this is what Susan's turned into, I guess. So it's obviously a very biased view of her sister, but I think so much misogyny, like it's so deeply misogynistic. And he tried to like backtrack and be like, oh well, actually, like I just thought of her as like coming to Narnia in a different way at a later point in her life, and basically being like coming back to Christianity later in life. I don't know. He's a dickhead. Summary is. But for some reason it's giving Nora to me, because I feel like I guess this idea, and I think as well because of the particular job she does, is obviously very based on like looks and appearances, and she's sort of like trying to separate herself from this like thing that she considers as like uncomfortable or childish or out of the norm, or not something that like she wants to associate with anymore, I guess. Like it's not in her brand, to be thinking about this stuff, and she wants to avoid it as much as possible. That's what that's making me think of, anyway.
Interesting. I am long overdue a Chronicles of Narnia reread as an adult. I would be very curious.
They
to read
are
as an adult.
interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, they are very interesting. I I read most of them. I don't think I read. No, I think I did read all of them. I think I didn't fully read Voyage of the Dawn Treader because it's just a bit shit.
It's the worst one. It is the worst one.
It's the worst one, and I was like, nah. But I read the others like many times. And then I think Last Battle I only read once because I was just like, sorry, what? They all fucking died? Like, huh? You know?
Yeah, Austin Ferry, you make an interesting point, but I think that, like, we were kind of talking before about how, like, punk as an aesthetic is something that people engage with sometimes without really, like, holding the beliefs of punk, and I kind of personally believe that Nora never really seemed to believe those things, like, I think
she just liked the vibes.
She just, liked looking edgy, which is not, like, a statement of judgment or, like, value.
No. She was a teenager.
I think, teenage girl. But I do think that she was more invested in the aesthetic of punk than, like, the values of punk.
But I also think as an influencer now, like, to be an influencer means to kind of not really stand for anything, particularly.
Literally.
In my opinion.
No, you're correct.
It's to be a shell of a person that seems cool and interesting, but isn't unique. The whole point of an influencer is to A, sell you shit, and B, like, reflect the views of their audience, right? So you're kind of this ever-changing, ever-morphing, like, I don't know, like the way that people will, like, suddenly this thing's on trend, they'll do that, this body type's on trend, this plastic surgery is on trend, like all of these things. I mean, like, to be an influencer is to kind of reflect that.
Yeah, because it's the kind of, like, neoliberal capitalist logic of, like, you don't want to alienate anyone, so you don't stand for anything,
So you're just this neutral blank slate, and I think that is what Nora is, in that she's not actually got opinions and thoughts and feelings. Well, she obviously has opinions and thoughts and feelings, but she's not allowed to in her line of work. Like, that's not something that benefits her, so she doesn't nurture that aspect of her.
Yeah, and also, so in response to chat as well, like, don't disagree with you guys. I mean, clearly whatever happened was really traumatic and such, but it didn't just happen to Nora, right? Like, we don't know what happened, but it was like a collective trauma that they experienced, and I think that I can have a lot of sympathy for Nora's behavior as a child. I think that when 27 years have passed and you continue to be, like, very avoidant about your trauma to the detriment of others, that's when it starts to become like a problem. And also, but even that is something that I can empathize with, so I'd be interested to, like, see throughout the game, is that something that she changes or develops on as a character? Because sometimes like people respond to that trauma in that way and you can empathize with it, but equally avoidance, it's not good for you and it's not good for anyone else. And again, this is coming from me who, like, I've been an alcoholic and all sorts, and so avoidance has been, like, a real flaw of mine for a long time, but it's something that I really worked on, and ultimately like being able to confront problems is what's healthy for you in your life and your relationships, and that's something that you can learn to do and change at any stage of your life. Like, people are capable of that.
Definitely.
So
I definitely it does make me wonder, like, because she's got, like, a wife and 3 kids and everything, I'm like, to be as avoidant as she is, I'm like, how's that? How's being at home, what's going on there? Because I think to be in a healthy relationship with someone of any kind, like a friendship, a romantic relationship, a parent-child relationship, to be in a relationship with anyone, you have to overcome that avoidance to an extent. Definitely. Even if you don't do it 100%. Well, okay, so Jay Then Born, I think there is a complex distinction that's not always clear cut and doesn't always can be within the same person. I'm talking about influencers who are just influencers, because I think there are influencers who engage in something resembling activism, and then there are activists who have an online platform and sometimes make money from that because they make videos or whatever. I think that when I talk about influencers, I'm talking like people who make content online that is specifically about like recommending products or, you know, vlogging, a lifestyle, selling you a lifestyle, right? Selling you a thing, selling you something. But I would say that, so for instance, the people that I'm thinking of who are not what I would consider influencers are like Rowan Ellis and people like that who are like Jessie Gender, who like are activists or people who educate about topics who we conflate with influencers because we're like, well, their job is online. But I would say that's not what they do. Like, we make content online.
We're definitely
we are not
influencers.
We're definitely not fucking influencers. You know what I mean? Like, I think there is a difference, but people conflate the two quite a lot, even though, and then you get influencers who try and dabble in activism. So for instance, like, as someone who has followed a lot of plus size influencers in the past, like obviously, you know, there's kind of been some vaguely political bent to that because fat people want to be able to wear clothes that fit them and that suit them, and then that sometimes does get moved into a slightly more activist space. But I would say often that activism is not, I mean, in my experience, a lot, because I've been burned by a lot of these people, it doesn't actually go any further than I want this thing to be better for me.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, I really agree.
And I'm going to talk about this because it's relatable to my audience, rather than I'm talking about this because I want to change this, and this, and I want to, you know, this is how I educate people, and you know, all that kind of stuff. That's not what most influencers are doing, even when they dabble in activism.
Yeah, I would really agree with that, and I would add that I personally have become increasingly like not a fan of the word activism or the word activist. It's not, for me personally, I don't identify with that at all anymore, because I think that there's a difference between, like, I think organizing is the term that I would use now, and like the thing that I would think about now, because someone who brands themselves as an activist and they say they're doing activism, what do they mean when they say that? And these are questions that I think we should be asking.
Yeah.
I should be asking, and everyone should be asking. Like, what do they mean by that exactly? Whereas to me, what an organizer does is very clear. You know, organizers,
I get you.
Like, they run community events, spaces, campaigns, etc., etc. You know, they're actually like organizing within the community. Whereas like activist is a word that I think that like neoliberal influencers and the like have been able to like co-opt, and they've been able to be like, oh, my identity or my brand is that I'm an activist, is because they can say that, you know, putting a black square on Instagram is activism. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you can distinctly and clearly be like, well, if you're actually organizing for Black liberation, what is that actually? You know, and that's when we kind of look at
like
people,
what are you doing?
What are you actually like doing materially? And so I think that like the word activism to me has become so like watered down and so like wishy-washy that
I agree with that.
I feel like it's something that I really like distance myself from now. And you know, we've seen it a lot over the last few years since like the genocide in Gaza began, that like there are so many influencers and like social media personalities that increasing, and it was the same was true with George Floyd's death and the influx of Black Lives Matter stuff, that you know, they'll see that, you know, what's popular or what's like seen as the progressive point of view is to support Palestine, to say free Palestine, to say Black Lives Matter, to pose to Black Square, blah blah blah. So they'll do it, but then when you actually like what are they materially doing, and what are their actual deeply held points of view? So like a lot of these people who were started to be like, oh, like the popular thing is to say free Palestine, they fucking believe in like a 2-state solution or some shit, and I'm like, okay, fuck you.
Exactly. Like, they haven't read anything, they haven't challenged themselves on anything, they haven't actually engaged with the topic in any way. they're just paying lip service to something because it's what other people are doing. In a lot of ways, influencers are the ultimate followers.
Wow,
Ironically.
I love irony. I love poetic irony.
Yeah. I ate with that.
But
yeah, I think it's... Yeah, no, it definitely... I think the way celebrities engage in activism, to be honest, even Ethel Cain to an extent, like, I think she's been very, like, open about her views, but I guess the problem with it is... I mean, we can get into the problem of celebrity as a concept anyway, but I think it's that thing of, like, ultimately organizing should not revolve around individuals. It should revolve around collectives, and celebrity influencer culture is always going to revolve around individuals and upholding individuals above others.
Yeah, I think
and that's not helpful.
I would say Ethel Cain is an interesting example, because I think that what I would say that I've noticed about Ethel Cain that makes me more trusting is that I actually don't think she engages in social media that much. So if she is doing like community organizing and stuff, it's probably because she turns off her phone.
Yeah, this is it. She's not sitting there posting black squares. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that people who
or all eyes on Rafa AI images.
Yeah, and I think that you can recognize that, like, you know, someone is known for their music, but you can see that they're actually trying to distance themselves from celebrity. That's an interesting phenomenon, and I think that kind of ultimately we'll never know these people, never meet these people, but that's something that makes me more like, okay, maybe, you know, because who knows what she's doing, you know, when she's not on Instagram. I don't. Some people are like not necessarily public with it, right? Because depending on what kind of organizing you might be doing, you don't want to be public with it.
Well, no, you might get arrested.
Exactly.
So, you know, or, you know, lose your job and shit.
Yeah.
I think, so Jay Then Born talked about, like, it depends, do you see Nora talking about trans rights or Black Lives Matter, or strictly not tipping the boat in any way? I mean, judging from her behavior here, I don't see that being her platform. I see her as being like that very neoliberal, like, me and my wife believe that we should be able to be married, and that's nice, and look how nice our life is. Look how nice our life is. It benefits me for you to be like okay with gays, but like I'm not going to go any further than that. I'm not going to go above and beyond, you know.
Yeah, and I think that, to be honest, from the text itself, like, her reaction to Swan calling her out about the size range at her own business practices was very telling. It was very telling about this kind of thing.
And it's interesting that, like, Autumn, who works with disadvantaged people, even if whatever our feelings about her job are, she works with disadvantaged people, and you know, sees a lot of stuff, a lot more stuff happening, sees all of these cases and the ins and outs of them. Autumn is a lot more socially aware than Nora is, who spends her life online. I think that's very interesting. I think that says a lot.
Also, I mean, I super enjoy when Ethel Cain gets on Instagram and posts "We should kill more CEOs." So I do enjoy that.
Love that.
All right, let's play pool with our avoidant friend and our
one last thing I want to
socially
say.
conscious friend, and see how that goes.
I kind of regret not making a wish that night.
Really?
Interesting.
I mean, we were just messing around. So, who wants to break?
Was it your
Cat
wildest
wasn't.
dream? What does that mean?
She was dead.
Was it your wildest dream?
Yeah,
I want to
She
know
got
what
that way sometimes.
her wish
Intense.
was.
Your
Oh,
dream,
sorry.
Autumn.
That's
I
okay.
asked about it once. Remember when I interviewed you?
Yes, I remember that.
Oh,
What did I
yeah,
say?
I
What did
think
she
you
say?
said
Oh, okay.
that you wanted to do something that matters.
Oh, that's right. Well, that wasn't my real wish, but I'd say I got there anyway.
Now, get off the mic.
Let's talk about music.
You know,
Do you still play Autumn? Like, just for fun?
Exhausting.
I know.
No,
I'm just
don't
just
know.
worn out by the
it felt
avoidance at this
weird
point.
playing.
It's so tiring.
I mean,
It's just unnecessary. Like, if you want to avoid it, just be quiet, you know?
Nope. And you Swan? Still making movies? No shame if you don't. It's hard to find time to be creative outside of work, right?
I think it's sad.
I'm surprised you gave up music, Nora.
What do you want to
I
say?
never thought you would.
Well, you know.
I'd like her to talk about the story she's
That's
writing,
life,
because
right?
I know that that's something that she's talked
I'm
about before.
working on a book, actually.
Wow. What's your audience?
That's your first
Young adult.
question?
Fuck off!
It's a horror novel.
That's
about
crazy.
beasts.
If
What's
somebody
your
asked me what I
audience?
was
But it's
creating
more
and their first
psychological
question
horror
was,
than, like,
what's your
blood and
audience?
gore
Leave me alone.
horror.
I'm not talking
I
about
would
my
be
art.
so fucking
I'm not
mad.
into horror, but that's great. There's definitely an audience.
I need another drink.
It's your turn, Swan. Okay.
Ew.
Stop it.
There's definitely an audience there. I don't give a shit.
I'm not writing for an audience. Leave me alone.
Fuck you.
Come on, man. I'm gonna tell him to cut you off. I mean it.
I don't know anything about pools, so.
She did turn up. Yeah, I don't know why she did though.
Nailed it. Rolling. Okay. Can you say your
I think
full
you
name,
buried it.
age, and something about you to the camera?
Why?
Oh, it's just like this format I'm using.
Whatever. I'm Catherine Michelson, but everyone calls me Kat. I'm 16, and, I don't know.
Oh shit, Swan.
We should have shot this at the Abyss.
Oh.
I want to go back. I feel so stupid sitting here in this playground.
It'll be cool. Promise.
Fine. Ask
I'm still
whatever,
mad. I'm just
as
mad.
long as it's not
I'm just
nice.
mad at Nora.
No, I feel you.
I just don't understand. She's
write
so
poems
frustrating.
sometimes. Winter is my favorite season, and blue is my favorite color.
I want to know what it's like at her house.
Yeah,
I
she
know
might
that
not like
she won't
this,
like me
but
asking.
Hold on a sec.
let's ask.
I'm just thinking. What's it like at your house?
It sucks.
Ah,
I told you.
Never mind.
No annoying questions. Next.
We tried.
We did try.
How'd you get into the riot girl stuff?
I met this girl at a bookstore in Seattle on this family vacation,
This girl.
and she told me about Bikini Kill and how she could send me these zines.
Interesting.
Her name's Claire. She mails them to me sometimes.
I felt so hard for Nora when she first showed up older. I was so offended when she refused to talk about it. I really feel this because the way that Nora, appearance-wise, is like...
She's so hot.
She's so
Like-
hot. Like, the way that
But
she is so, like, on paper, exactly my type.
yeah.
But her personality
But-
is...
But again, I'm like, her appearance is because she's an influencer, right? Like,
Yeah.
she has to be hot. I'm like, okay, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get it. I get it. I thought she was going to be a fave, but she's pissing me off.
What's
What?
a
Yeah?
zine?
It's like a homemade magazine. It's awesome. They print people's art and writing. Some of it's really out there, but like in the best way. They put it all on the line.
Recently was in Glasgow for a very short period, Glasgow in Scotland, and they have a zine library there, which is super cool. And
Yes,
it's like,
they do.
Have you been?
No, but there's a feminist zine library in London that, and also right near my work is a library where they had a zine fair, but it was like I was at work on the day it was happening and I didn't know. And I'm so mad because I was like, I could have just gone there on my lunch break. That'd have been so
RIP.
sick. But no.
No,
One of my friends is like really into making zines, so
That's
yeah,
cool,
I'm,
yeah. I
I'm
didn't-
very aware.
I didn't get to spend as much time there as I liked because they have so many zines and on so many different topics. And I mostly looked at like the Palestine solidarity ones, but there were also like
Yeah.
disability and chronic illness, like feminist ones, like queer zines, and then like loads of like art, writing, photography, film, like zines. There was so much stuff. I was like, I could sit here forever and like just go through all
Yeah.
these. It's so cool.
One of my exes used to make zines actually, and I used to help him distribute them across like the city we lived in. Yeah, that was a time. I think I actually wrote something for it once. I think it was a poem. I did a poem like at the time because that was when I was writing poetry. That was a time, a former life. And yeah, I think I ended up having a poem in one of them once, which was weird. Yeah, zine life.
Selling zines at a Seattle bookshop called Left Bank Bookstore. So Lost and Ferry. That sounds cool. Glasgow used to be unreal for zines in the late 90s. Yeah, Glasgow is a super cool city. I would love to spend more time there.
It's very cool.
I was like...
I've been there twice, but both times have been for work, so I didn't get to see much of it.
Yeah,
but
I think I went for a work thing as well, and I wasn't there for very long, so I'm hoping I'm planning like a little trip soon, because I think that would be good.
Yeah.
I mean, zines are very much alive, Lost and Ferry. Like...
Yeah, they're about.
And
like,
I don't think that they were ever, like, popular. I think the things about zines is that they've always been kind of like marginal culture, or like
they're like an underground. Yeah, they're so connected to subcultures, and yeah, like I think that's what makes them great. But you get like lots of bookstores. There's a bookstore in London called, oh my god, what's it called? It's like Houseman's or something. It's like a leftist bookstore, but like specifically like communist bookstore. Is that what it's called? Houseman's Bookstore? Is that what it's called? Yeah. Long-running radical bookshop selling new and second-hand publications on progressive politics. But they have a zine like collection in there, and like even like on Etsy and stuff, loads of people make zines. Like my friend who makes them now, she sells hers on Etsy and stuff, but like not much. But yeah, you get loads of like cool zine fairs and stuff popping up. I mean, obviously I live in London, so that's there's going to be a lot of that stuff like available to me, but they are definitely about 100%. And like, yeah, I've been to lots of like zine making workshops and stuff like through like my feminist society at uni and things like that. So it's still a thing. It's still a thing.
Zines
and you can just make them. No, and you can also just make them. Like, it's quite easy to do.
Which is kind of like
and
the point, right?
Yeah, the whole point is it's like collage. You can do collage, or you can draw, or you can, I mean, it's kind of like scrapbooking in some ways. I've made a few that were collage based.
I don't really have any like drawing skill or anything like that, but I am very like visual, so I love like a little collage, a little photograph, like kind of thing.
Yeah, I had a phase of doing like collage art actually.
Collage art
just
so
for fun.
Dope. I love it so much.
Just for vibes.
Yeah.
But there was like a really good collage artist that I follow on Instagram. I need to find him again because it was really cool. Like I really liked his work. Because it's just such an accessible way to like make art, but in like a really, I don't know. Yeah, it's obviously just very like connected with like a kind of more DIY culture and stuff. I think it's really cool. And like, I love the idea of like editing something together in that way. Like,
I love it. I love
things
curation,
that already exist and you're like curating them. Yeah. Like it's just this, there's an art to that so much, and it's like so underrated as an art, and I love it.
Agreed.
But yeah, no, zines. They're great.
Love them.
Cool.
When I found music, I felt like, there's really some people out there who get me. Because, like, before you guys, my only friends were the fucking deer on the ranch, but it's a hunting farm. They're bred to die. I guess I felt alone a lot. Unless I was with Gertie. Did I tell you about her?
I remember you mentioned Gertie once. Can you tell me about her?
When I was a kid, I was pretty normal. I went to church like a good girl.
She's so ethical.
Even wore a dress.
Yes, I was just thinking that.
There was this one day, Mom just pushed my buttons and I snapped. I called her a bitch.
Sun bleached flies sitting on the window.
She still gives me shit about it.
Whoa.
Yep.
Yeah. She got mad. I was like 12? I got grounded, so I snuck out. Fell asleep behind the library. When I woke up, there was, like, this fawn. She had a bite mark on her leg. Didn't look good. Guys like my dad would probably just leave her to die. What do you think I did?
Did someone help you save her? Or did you take her?
I have a feeling nobody helped, but
Yeah. Not just did you take her home, then it's more
Did
open,
you
I guess.
take the fawn home? You saved her?
Obviously. Thought I'd never go back home that day, but I did. For her. For all the deer I've had to watch die at home. For all the deer I've had to watch die on the ranch, I named her Gertie. And I will never let them kill her. I stuttered. My bad. I'm getting kind of tired.
That was my last question.
I'm just gonna go over here.
Okay.
it's the same belt before.
Hey, you ready for our show? It's finally almost time. I think I'm gonna sneak Dad's truck out so we can haul Nora's gear.
Good idea. He'll never miss it.
Yeah. I doubt he'll notice.
Sorry, that was a Sunbleached Fly specifically to, you know, the remix of Sunbleached Flies?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're like, dancing on my own
Dancing on
underneath
My
it.
Own. That's the one. I'm
Yeah.
trying to remember the Robin
Yeah.
song that it's remixed with.
Tell me when you're done.
Yeah.
I'll wait.
I feel like I looked at and recorded a lot of things here before. So
Yeah.
not necessarily, super. Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry. Oh.
Nice. Oh. Never mind. Okay, yeah. I think I'm good to go, Cat.
Yeah.
So, it's tomorrow, right?
Yes! Finally.
I'd better bring a fresh tape. I'm gonna film the whole show.
Oh, fuck yeah. We're gonna rage until we blow the minds of everyone in this stupid town. We're gonna be the real deal. Right, girls?
Let's thrash. Ready for the Marchbank Shaka Bra. Oh, I love a montage. Are you joking?
Oh. Hell yeah.
Tell me what to go for. I've got a steady
Ooh,
hand. so
makeup
don't worry.
time.
I feel like...
I want to see her. She's already kind of grungy.
Yeah, grunge. Grunge feels like a
I
vibe,
kind of want to see.
but you want
No,
to see
no,
something
as in
different.
she's already done. I think she wants something different. So I'm like, maybe something goth.
Goth? Yeah, I'm happy to go goth.
Yeah.
Goth.
Hopefully she'll like that.
Something dark.
I think
Like
she'd enjoy it.
The Crow.
Okay. Stay still.
Oh, wait, it's for us.
Oh, it's on for us. I mean, that's fine. We move.
Perfect.
It'd be fun to see Swan as a little
So-
goth.
What now?
Show us! Oh my god!
Hello, yes. Everyone's ready for the
back
mosh
here.
pit.
Cool.
All the
Yeah.
Shaka Bras are
I
ready
feel like
for
a
the mosh pit.
spy.
Hell yeah.
We'll paint the lights with these.
It's gonna look so cool.
Yeah. I saw this idea in one of my zines. Swan, you pick.
Oh, I want to pick.
I mean,
Yeah,
I think
but she's the one filming the show, so...
purple's kind of been what we've been going with, but what do you reckon?
Good point.
I'm up for purple. Yeah, I think purple seems like the vibe of Swan.
Yeah.
Who cares?
I'm gonna leave the truck here until we meet up at Nora's place later.
Slay.
We poured our hearts and souls into that one night.
The concert.
So that's the pub they're at now in IRL. You know what I mean? Modern day. Oh, slay.
Oh yeah!
Oh, hell yeah.
We're so ready for the mosh pit.
Oh. I just love a little, like, slow-mo moment with, like, 4 friends. That's just, like, always gonna hit for me as, like, a film thing. I don't know. Like, it's just so good. It's so good. Swan looks so cool.
Yeah.
The little white streaks, like, lighter streaks as well.
It was here at
She's so me.
Bruce, remember? You unpack the truck.
You guys will help, right?
We
fuck off,
need an
Nora.
extension cord and some power.
They're all my daughters, but Nora's on thin fucking ice.
Swan, Autumn, come with.
I can't believe you guys are ditching me.
We'll be right back, Nora.
Hell yeah. Okay. I like that the friend group gives wiggle room for Swan to film. Yeah, I agree. I like that a lot. Damn it, Nora.
Just do, like, anything, you know? I think it's also just, like, her rich girl shows so much in these situations where it's like, oh, but you guys should do that. You know, I'm just bad at it, you know?
No, truly.
I wonder how many people will show up.
Muth.
Birds. Oh, birdie.
Burp. Burps.
Common raven.
Now I want to know how the other two makeup looked as well. But I also, I'm enjoying what they've done before.
Hard to believe that we're here right now, where so much happened.
Oh,
Is that the fucking motorcycle of Mr.
I
Shitdick?
wanted to check the license plates. So,
Oh!
corn. I don't know
CRN.
what this is a reference to.
Corn burrs.
Corn bursts. If anyone knows what this is a reference to, then freedom.
Freedom!
Simpkins. Also don't know what that is.
Interesting.
Was nervous.
None of these are feeling very,
Way behind the bar.
I mean, that's feeling very America, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, and what do we got here? Dawn Split. Don't know what
Dawn
any
Spell?
do not know what any of these are references to, actually. Dawn Spell. I have no clue, genuinely no clue. Because I know the Life is Strange thing of, like, the lights.
The
are
license plates.
references to other things.
I was going along with the plan, but I was super scared of getting in trouble. The back of the bar was definitely off limits. It was a risky idea.
And what do we got here? Paris, Texas. That one I know.
Yeah.
Paris, Texas, I know. And the X-Files. Okay, so I got 2. Paris, Texas.
Okay, so now I want to go back and look at the other ones. Hang on. I need with that context of, like, yes, there definitely are things that I know.
Yeah, no, they
What are the
definitely
other? Can
So
we go back
Paris,
again?
Texas is a film. I haven't seen it yet, but it's
Yeah.
been on my list for a long time. The X-Files
Yeah,
is, of
and then
course,
obviously the X-Files is a TV show.
So let's go back to the others. Hi, Lola.
Kernburst.
Kernburst? Simpkins?
Oh, one of them is the craft.
Craft?
Is Dawn Spell or something? Like a film or something?
Yeah, I have no clue. Those ones are a mystery to me. I think those are all the ones that I could see anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. So I'll have to look that up later. Oh, one is My So-Called Life.
My so-called life. Oh, my skulf?
Oh, My School. Yeah, that makes sense.
Interesting. Sorry, I'm doing my thing again. You know,
That's okay. No, I'm fine. I'm going to look up the things while you do that.
Ugh, it's locked.
Oh, jeez.
Let's break it. You crazy? If we get caught doing that, we're toast. Who'd know it was us? Let's at least look around first.
So yeah, so there's the craft, there's the X-Files, My So-Called Life, Stand By Me is on. Oh, where she takes the video of the
lock with this. Seriously?
Downward Spiral is a Nine Inch Nails album.
Another way.
Cornbrews is the Cranberries, Paris, Texas, Downward Spiral, Cranberries. Smashing Pumpkins is Simpkins, the one we thought was Simpkins.
You know what's funny is that I do think that I saw Michelle Koch posting one of those like 4 films that our game is influenced by, and I think that perhaps Paris, Texas was on there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I remember seeing a still from Paris, Texas because I haven't seen it yet, but I've seen like a few stills from it.
Yeah, makes sense. Oh, there's one that's for Annihilation later. Interesting.
Hurry, Swan. What's he got?
Pager, call me, beat me if you want to reach me. When you want to page me, it's okay.
Look out.
Hey, we should try this. It looks like a combination.
Yeah.
Call me, beat me if you want to reach me. Doesn't matter where.
Number 1 lesbian, Kim Possible.
So true. Hunting license property of Corey Litchfield. Upper Peninsula Department of Natural Resources. This license is valid for the hunting of antlerless deer only. The firearm season for deer hunting runs from November 15th to November 30th, or during the muzzleloader season. Immediately upon harvesting an antlerless deer, you must notch the tag to indicate the month, date, and sex of the deer. Attach the tag securely to the deer before moving it from the kill site, ensuring the tag is visible and properly filled out. Report your harvest to the Bureau within 72 hours. Respect wildlife and habitats. Follow all state and local hunting regulations. Practice ethical hunting and ensure a clean and humane harvest. This license is valid for the specified reasons and dates only, is non-transferable and non-refundable, and must be carried with you at all times while hunting.
I'm a bit worried by how much Kat's coughing lately.
I was thinking that as well. Right,
She's got indeterminate illness cough.
Mm-hmm.
The death cough, one might say.
Dear Corey, I'm sorry I couldn't pay off the mortgage on the house. It was my aim to leave it to you free and clear before I pass, but I guess sometimes things just don't work out the way you hope they will. I paid off the car note, so it's all yours, and I hope you'll start driving it to work instead of riding around in my death trap all the time. Mr. Clark is a fair man, and he'll help you sort out all the papers and anything that needs signing. I've left my gold ring in the bottom drawer of my nightstand in the little box shaped like an owl. Maybe you'd like to give it to Dylan when the time comes. I know you're not as well off as her folks, but if you keep working hard, you'll be able to provide her with a good home, and that's more than a lot of men in this town can say. Love you forever, Mom.
Well.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so Corey is
Oh, does he play D&D?
Yeah, because he's friends with Shitbag Dean. Inventory hunting trophy. I will defend my clan, my lady, and my honor even to my dying breath. I am from the wilds, and they are in my blood. Stop.
Okay, girl.
Male 6'4", highest stats are dexterity, intelligence, and wisdom, so I think he's a rogue. Lol. Combat, armor born, armor-based, speed, initiative. Yeah, I think he's giving rogue. Axe throw and shield smasher. Yeah, he's like a rogue hunter type. Interesting. It doesn't say if they're playing D&D. It doesn't say what they're. I mean, I know there's like a lot to be said for the politics of race in tabletop games like this, but they significantly don't seem to have race. Oh, they do. Half elf. Right, I just missed that. Yeah, I was like, it's giving like elf hunter vibes. It's an interesting choice. Silas Stormwind. Okay.
I'm just going to quickly fill up my water and avoid the fact that my cat's going to scream at me.
Okay,
Be right back.
Do you want to take a quick few minutes?
No, it's okay. If you want to continue looking at stuff, that's fine. I'm just literally going to fill my water up and I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh, goodness.
1 year anniversary, August 27th, 1994. Corey and Dylan. Memorize the combination you just saw. Oh, okay. Listen, let me write that down now. Thank you for the heads up, Dania. I'll do that now. And then... Okay, up, right, left, up, down. Okay. Thank you for the heads up on that, because otherwise I would have totally forgotten. Okay, spicy.
Okay. Coming back. Woo! On the way, Alpha.
Okay, I'll wait until Charlotte gets back.
Hello.
Hello, so...
She's back.
I was just writing down the combination.
I heard you talking about
This is the photo.
Photo of the anniversary.
Yep. That's the photo.
And something else.
And, we've got a letter. Hey, I'm sorry about last night. I hate it when we fight. I just want you to know that you're right. It was my fault. I shouldn't have told you off. What Kat said about you is wrong. I won't let her get between us again. I know you love me, but she was freaked out, and I'm freaked out too. Sometimes I feel like you don't listen to me. I know you're trying, but you really scared me last night. Let's talk about it when I'm off work, okay, Dylan?
She's done.
Nope.
Okay, well, I've got the fire extinguisher and I've got the combination. The combination's probably the ideal one, right?
Mm-hmm.
A rift could be forming between Dylan and Corey.
Yeah. I mean...
I'm rooting for that.
He's a pretty shitty guy. I don't think you need to work that hard for a rift to be there. It's whether they actually do anything about it or not.
He is a pretty shitty guy, it's true. Okay. Setting the stage. Is there one more subject around here that I haven't really... Oh. Visit Velvet Cove.
Looking back, I can't believe we tried to do this. Yeah. was stressed the fuck out. I was never the
Oh, look
type
at that
to break and
owl.
enter like that. It was always hard to resist Cat's
Little
crazy
guy.
ideas.
Owls famously interesting reference to Twin Peaks as well. Which there is an owl moment in Life is Strange as well, so that's an interesting thing.
That summer,
What, in the original?
In the original Life is
rarely
Strange,
left the
yeah,
comfort
you
of
find
his
an
home.
owl in the barn where the dark room is.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you see an owl in the junkyard when you're chasing Chloe, and then Chloe gets shot by Jefferson.
I was thinking of Double Exposure, where there's an owl as well.
Oh my god, yeah. I think that was meant to be like a throwback, but yeah. It's so in Twin Peaks for I don't want to give it away tons for people who don't know, but the owl imagery comes up quite a bit, partly in the mysterious messages, like the owls are not what they seem, that they get in kind of the radio waves, and that's relayed to Cooper, and then owls become like a motif later on, and then there's the whole thing about the owl cave, and like the Twin Peaks symbol, this is meant to be the owl cave symbol. It's like kind of the shape of an owl, like an owl glyph.
Okay.
Woods beyond the water tower. Only for our concert.
I think that, like, you know, in David Lynch fashion, it's like imagery that's not explained, but it's like heavily used and really interesting. I think that the owls feel very related to just like the mysterious nature of the woods and like the night time in Twin Peaks.
To me, owls always feel like a kind of metaphor for surveillance.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're often like high up and just watching everything, and obviously the fact they can like turn their heads around and stuff. I don't know. There's always something there about
I always feel
surveillance
like
for me.
they can see me, but I can't see them.
Exactly. And that, I think, plays in really interestingly with Life is Strange, because obviously you've got all those like shots that fit the like themes of surveillance, but also like, you know, those shots where you're in a kind of strange angle that feels like you're like a surveillance camera rather than like in the action and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And obviously Jefferson and surveillance and watching and perceiving and male gazing. Yeah.
That's really interesting. I feel that I often associate owls with like you know, wisdom and knowledge. That's like a common association, but specifically I think that especially like their use in Lynch, but knowledge of like they know that which we do not know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it does feel like there is there is a kind of
bird.
I mean, yeah.
Ruining owls' reputation right now by being
They
like,
didn't invent it.
bird.
Leave them alone. Yeah.
That bird is
I mean, they don't do anything about what they see. They're just seeing it, you know? They're just perceiving. They're not active. They're just like, well, I've seen it.
The secrets that they hold.
Exactly. Many, I'm sure.
A concert in Velvet Cove. What a crazy idea. I mean, she knew it'd be a shock. It wasn't like Velvet Cove had many punks like us. It was a conservative town, for crying out loud.
No, we're not gonna call them. Let's just.
Why would we do that?
Finish it, Swan. Do it.
Are you guys
No.
sure about this?
We should
No,
try
we can
that
just do the
code
thing.
Swan found. Dude, breaking it is faster. Just relax. We won't get caught.
I've let my
If
teeth
you
down.
say so.
Nice.
Play.
Let's go. I can't believe he left that lying around. What a
Oh, we definitely weren't supposed to be back there. I'm so surprised we didn't get caught straight away.
extension cord and an outlet.
Once again, they're looking for something, and they're like, Swan, why are you fucking filming shit?
I went to the library looking for some record of that sinkhole.
Standard experience for these guys, I guess.
I even asked the librarian. How crazy is that?
Not crazy. It's not like anyone but us is around there.
We should look into local legends.
It could be a natural thing, though.
I wish I could ask my mom.
Hey, I found an extension cord. Score!
Should be an outlet around here somewhere.
It's one of those fucking enormous extension cords as well. Nice.
Nice.
What's this? Jizo.
Jizo. The Jizo thing is so adorably cringe.
It's so cringe, yeah. Love her, but it's cringe.
Toki. Okay. Alright. Setting the stage. Nope. Flashlight was needed. That was just complete darkness. Alright. Not the combo being about symbolism and what owls represent in stories, and I'm like, a head and legs. Have you seen owls without feathers? It's basically a skirt and they're
I have.
legs.
They've just got really alarmingly long legs. Like, they're so long for, like, no reason. It's crazy.
Really?
It's so wild. Like, yeah. Like, it's so much weirder than you'd think.
That's amazing. Also, yes,
yeah.
It has a dope skull necklace.
Yeah. Love that.
That's great. I don't even, like, I can't even imagine that. Hold on. No, I gotta...
Hang on. I'm gonna search it just so we can enjoy this.
Feathers. The naked truth. Here's what owls without feathers really look like. No, stop. Stop! Stop! No, I hate that. No. I think it also came up with...
It's so upsetting.
No.
It's so much worse than you think it's gonna be.
And also, I think some AI art just came up.
Oh, ew.
No, I wish I hadn't seen that.
So long.
No, that's terrifying. I hate that. God made them with feathers for a reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll run this over to Nora.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
It's not working!
Fuck. One sec. I know. Maybe there's
It's just so crazy that their feathers do all that, you know?
Let's look.
Yeah, absolutely fucking no.
I can't believe this is such a hassle.
Uh,
Dylan's always complaining about how this place is falling apart. Guess I get it now.
What's Dylan do around here anyway?
Whoops.
Or something?
She's been bartending here ever since she got kicked out of college.
Oh, what happened?
She got caught sneaking a boy into her dorm room.
That's sad. That is sad.
That's kind of sad. She must have been really lonely to go that far.
Maybe. She's always been like that, though. She used to sneak guys into her room at home, too. She got caught once and was grounded for like a month.
Wow.
Oh, piece of shit. Is it missing some parts or something?
yeah, it is. I'm just trying to find it. There it is.
Doesn't this look like a fuse box thing?
Check it out. Yeah. See if it fixes it.
Okay. Puzzle.
Plugs are on the table nearby and on the floor. Sorry, I haven't been paying attention at all. Do we need my puzzle brain?
Potentially, Nope, got it.
Oh, there you go. You did it. Smashed it.
Swan, hands off.
Don't know what I did,
Let's go.
just happened.
Here.
Just
Take
press
the blooming rage
buttons.
stickers.
Fine.
Put them
Yeah,
on
that's
everyone's
basically
feet.
what that puzzle was. You just press things to see what happens.
Cloud 9. I thought I'd remember that night forever.
Things were so different back then.
Music and our bond was all that mattered.
Place stickers around the bar. Sure. I mean, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That looks good.
Gotta go on benches, gotta go on doors.
Cool.
This ain't the mall, girls. You lost?
Shut One sticker left.
Oh, there.
Oh, I'll put it on the payphone. Lots of people will see it there.
You look like fucking clowns.
This cunt.
And what's with all the gear?
Get out.
None of your business.
Seriously, what is all this shit?
Buzz off, asshole.
Looks stolen. And those clothes. You look like fucking hoes.
Why is he so pressed about what some teenagers are doing?
You kids
Fucking
should go
weirdo.
back to the playground. It's where you belong. Hey, Cat.
It's where I
it is,
belong
You
down
know
at
Dawn's gonna be pissed at
the...
you if she sees you out here.
Can't remember what the bar's called now.
I don't believe you.
You should.
You trying to get Dylan fired? This is her job. You need to get out of here
No.
now.
It's showtime, guys. Shut up.
She's trying to swipe off.
Hell yeah.
Whatever.
Here we go, it's us on the drums.
If I could, I'd do it all over again. We were unstoppable.
What's up, dumb fuck?
Time for some music.
Guys!
Yeah.
We're Bloom and Rage. Are
Stop
you
it.
fucking listening?
The Blue Spruce. Down at the Blue Spruce Club.
Okay, that looks fucking awesome.
Yes, they do. These fucking old men being like... Scram!
Come on, it's time to go.
Right.
Someone make them stop.
Usual shit.
You can tell they weren't spanked. What the fuck are they on about?
But my PS controller is freaking out. That's why I did it.
Yeah.
You got a mission to be out here.
Of course they don't. Where are their parents?
Not here, that's for damn sure. Get out! Turn that shit off!
Oh, so tough.
Stop it now, girl. Better start going.
What the hell?
I don't know.
Get out of here!
I'll kick your ass. Shit. Fuck. Shit.
Past your bedtime.
Everyone's
All done.
vibing. Everyone's vibing. in the
Cat,
chat.
Yeah.
are you insane? You're gonna hurt yourself. Seriously. Fuck off. You can't stop us.
Hurt yourself doing what? Playing guitar?
Literally.
Those girls were breaking and entering. I saw it. Call the cops.
Jesus.
Okay.
Seriously?
Calm
Grass.
down.
You broke in?
What the hell is going on? Like, ever since you met these girls, you've been acting like a total psycho.
So what? Go ahead, tell Mom I broke in. I don't care.
I don't believe you. Who's playing gang leader here, huh? Fess up, or I'm calling the cops.
On what? I'm gonna take the blame. I mean,
Yeah.
it's also kind of true. I did break in.
Yeah.
I broke in. Kat did nothing wrong. Please don't blame her.
Mon. Just fuck off,
Don't
Dylan.
tell your parents. Please.
I knew you were a freak, but I didn't think you had this in you.
Dylan, come on. Don't ruin this for me.
No.
Uh-oh.
This is over. What were you thinking?
I hate you. I hate you so much.
I'm looking out for you, Kat. I'm always looking out for you. Don't you get it?
Call the cops already, or I'll haul them in myself.
Yell at her again, and I'll knock your drunk ass on
Back
the ground.
off.
Don't talk to me
Let
like
me
that,
handle
you
this.
fucking whore.
Hey,
Corey, stop.
stay out of this.
Get these girls under control.
Hey, shut up.
For God's sake, all of you.
Shut the fuck up already.
Fuck you.
What's his problem?
Shut your mouth.
There's a lot of insane energy for just
You've
some
got my back,
teenage
Swan.
girls like playing music.
Conservative towns, I guess.
Dude, calm down.
Sorry.
Shut up.
Cat.
For the fear, the harassment, and the harm that you did.
Oh. Cat?
Do you hear me? Stupid, dumb, fucking assholes! Kat! Calm down, please! And help!
What should we do?
You'll fit in well!
Seriously, Kat! Let's just get out of here!
I'll make you scream and you'll be under my spell! Stop! In hell! I'll be your queen of this infernal hotel! In hell!
Kat? Kat!
Yo, Corey, don't touch her. Get out.
This is all your fault!
What?
She's sick! Oh my god. Get it? Leukemia. And
Kat, no.
she's running out of time.
Jesus.
If anything happens to her tonight, I'll never forgive you.
Do it.
The expensive equipment, please. Come on.
So I was getting a little bit emotional there.
It's okay.
It's just sad. It's just sad. It just makes me sad when people get sick that young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
Yeah. No, sorry. I think that it's bringing up a lot of stuff. From
Understandable.
From someone very close to me getting cancer when I was a teenager. That's all. Yeah, I think it's very bringing that up. Yeah, no, and yeah, I think that it feels like so much of her behavior is falling into place. It's like she's dying.
Yeah.
And she was angry about this is unfair.
Yeah.
And she had nothing to do.
Yeah.
So just thinking about that gets really sad.
It's okay, pal. You're allowed to be sad. It's
You're very welcome to jump in while I just process.
yeah, of course. Yeah, she did say I'm dying, get me out. Fuck, yeah, the abyss. It makes a lot of sense now. Yeah. It's... yeah. I think it's so interesting that... I mean, I still think there's something obviously supernatural going on, because... yeah, I think there is. I can understand like a group belief, but like I think there is. But yeah, it definitely makes a lot more sense about her and about the things she's hiding and the things she doesn't want to talk about. Yeah, and the things that the kind of way she is. But I think it's also there's something about like she's obviously been very like sheltered and kept apart from the world, and I wonder if that's like a huge part of it. You know, in the way that Dylan's kind of like, oh, it's all these girls' fault that they've made you like this kind of thing. And also I wonder if that's like how her relationship with religion has kind of manifested as well. Like she was talking about how she used to be like very good and very like a good Christian girl basically, and now like rejects that. And I wonder if there's a certain amount of like her diagnosis being unfair and frustrating and horrible, that's kind of why she wants to reject that more. But yeah, but also just being very sheltered, that makes a lot more sense. But also just being surrounded by death, like with all these like deer getting killed and stuff. Yeah, leukemia patients are more prone to infections. My dad has leukemia, so a form of it. He's fine at the moment, but yeah, just as some context. Yeah, very prone to infections, and that's also the kind of the sheltered aspect of it all, having to be really careful with health, and yeah, but that also does mean like she's been separated from living, and I don't think that's fair either. I think that she should still be allowed to, meet people and make friends and rebel, and yeah. But also the song "See You in Hell" makes a lot more sense as well. But yeah, don't nod it. They don't nodded again.
Yeah, sorry.
And yeah, Lost in Fairy, they're very interesting disability politics. It makes me think a lot of Life is Strange and Chloe in episode 3 or 4. one of them, 4, thank you. With, yeah, obviously the kind of disability that she has being not terminal exactly, but like, yeah, obviously her having to deal with like being sheltered and being kept away from the world. Yeah, it would make sense that they want to protect her, but they've still denied her agency. And equally, like, I think it still ties into the way that Corey treats her, like, with the kind of way he talks down to her and, like, tries to, like, make her behave and, like, you know, do as she's told. There's a joke that Swan made about how Cat can jump in the abyss and survive. I think that's a hint about Cat in Take 2. Interesting.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, sorry guys, that just hit me a lot more than I thought it would. But yeah, when I was a teenager, like someone very close to me who was very young, got cancer and spent a lot of time in a cancer ward. It's just like really, obviously like, you know, death in every context is difficult, but seeing it, like, it's so it's just so unfair. It's so unfair, like seeing it happen to kids. And it's
Yeah.
like, you know, so peaceful, but it's just happening. It's just really sad.
Yeah.
It makes me feel really, just feel a bit like overcome with like how sad it is for children to go through things like this.
Yeah.
But it's, yeah, I think I will be thinking a lot about that because, you know, it's funny, recently I watched Apple Cider Vinegar and then recommended it to Charlotte and we were talking a lot about
Yeah, we've been talking about this a bit lately anyway, so yeah, it's interesting.
We've been talking a lot about cancer and how that show depicts
Oh, sorry, Lost and Fairy asked if we could pause the music while we talk.
Sure, sorry.
Or at least.
Sorry, I think I might be being kind of quiet as well because of sorry, I'm trying to skip through it now. Yeah, sorry. Just because I was doing a little cry and then I think I was being a bit quiet.
I think if you hold X, you can continue. As in, it will just take you on.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, we can go through this stuff in a second. We were talking a lot about cancer and how it's depicted in that show, which, by the way, was surprisingly a banger. Really recommend it. It's like a 6-episode limited series. Yes. Oh my god. Yes, Layla.
Yeah.
And you know, I think that like I've again found myself being like very moved by a lot of things in that show, but one of them is just like one of the characters who has cancer. I think that like there's a lot of like anger and grief, and she's so young as well. Like she's not like a child, like she's not a teenager, but she's like what, like in her 20s or something.
Yeah, like really early 20s.
A whole life out of her, and
yeah,
there's so much anger and there's so much grief and there's so much like complex family and friend dynamics of how they are treating her and dynamics around like becoming disabled.
Yeah. And I think that's interesting in the context of Cat as well, because obviously, she knows she's dying, but she's also like not living while she's alive because she's not getting to do the things she wants. She doesn't have friends until she meets these girls. Like she doesn't get to live properly, and she kind of is avoiding. Well, for some of it, avoiding that with the rest of them, because I think in some ways she wants to just try and act like a normal person for a bit. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah, I think
the theory is that Cat went into the abyss. Sorry. Oh, sorry. So you say your thing, and I was just reading out Lost in Fairy's comment.
Yeah, I was gonna say that a lot of this, I think replaying and thinking about it will be really interesting, but super interested to see how it develops in tape 2, because I guess, like, as you guys are implying, like, we don't actually know what the fate of Kat is.
No.
I think at this point we're only assuming that she may have died. But I think even with that out of the equation, like, cancer is such a, like, scary and difficult thing to go through for you as a person and for, like, your loved ones. And it can, the possibility of becoming disabled or dying is really scary, and there are all sorts of, like, big emotions that come up with that, like anger and grief, and, you know, sometimes the way that people are trying to show love or care is counterproductive, and it's just a really difficult thing. And yeah, but at this point we actually don't know what the fate of Kat is, right? So
yeah, I mean, it's still up in the air. Like, I mean, just because she's been diagnosed with leukemia doesn't mean that, like, chemo didn't work or, you know, whatever, really. We don't know.
And the thing is, you know, I was actually kind of thinking that, like, the stuff with the abyss and the sacrifices and stuff was, like, cool, but, like, their wishes weren't super high stakes or anything. And now that the possibility has arisen of, like, the stakes have now been enormously heightened by, like, Kat's life is on the line. What if they went back to the abyss and they made a deal for her life or something like that?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
My theory is that Kat went into the abyss and either became possessed by some aspect of the abyss and came back, or is still down there, and what or who we're interacting with isn't really Kat, but the fact she's still sick puts a wrench in that theory. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is a doppelganger situation, because, like, if she's still sick, then...
I don't know if maybe... I think, I don't know. I wonder if there is probably something to do with, like, the abyss's kind of energy and, like, the anger of the girls and how that's maybe fed into the abyss, and what's happened there might have something to do with, like, maybe the acceleration of what is happening to Kat. You know, like, this particular episode might have, like, happened because of this, you know. But also, I don't know, maybe it'll be good in the long run. I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot there.
The memoir, it would be interesting to rewatch the memoir, because the memoir, she does say something like, Kat is here but not here, blah blah blah.
That feels very like maybe Kat is the abyss, because Kat's the one who wrote the song. She's the one who she's the one who wrote the song. She's the one who kind of sparked that. She's the one whose anger the song came from, the curse came from. But also, we don't know, like, yes, the curse was towards Corey, but it wasn't necessarily, it could have been towards, like, anyone. We know, but we don't know, you know? I'm wondering if Kat is the abyss and is that energy somehow. The abyss could save her. I don't know.
Jay Then Born says, I was about to say the makeup scene was supposed to be the romantic confirmation, but Kat wasn't talking about how pretty Swan was, and that threw me off a bit. Yes, well, we're looking at our relationship stats, and it looks like
we've stayed pretty neutral. What about present, though? You can toggle.
Autumn is reconnected and Nora is former friends.
Well, understandable.
That's pretty understandable, because we did kind of, like, we were definitely giving that.
I mean, she's pissing us off, let's put it that way.
Yeah, this is quite interesting because
Cat has a little crown above her name.
Yes, interesting. I think
is that because it's selected or
no, it's not selected.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I guess that, like, again, this comes back to sort of what we were talking about earlier, is that I guess, like, there are a few characters and we wanted to, like, get to know them and share the attention around a bit. And also, like, Cat, well, it's interesting, the Cat thing, because, you know, you were saying that you were kind of more drawn to her and there was more of, like, intrigue there, and I do think that based on where the story has gone, it's because she has kind of become the center of it. In a lot of ways, I think that she is, like, constructed in that way.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sad that we didn't manage to pull off an autumn romance, but that's fine. I'm wondering what...
Not yet.
Not yet, yeah. I don't. Yeah, again, it's premature, perhaps in tape 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, sorry. Funding cancer research is really important. A basketball player once funded a research trial, and the research trial came up with effective medication. Yeah, so, I mean, it's an interesting thing, because cancer research is important, but equally, I think that our culture, Western culture in particular, has an obsession with research into cures for cancer. And I think that it kind of feels connected to, like, I've been thinking about this a lot recently, that Western society is, like, very averse to death and is really trying to avoid death. And the thing about cancer, and I'm somewhat, like, quite confident in my knowledge of this because, like, my brother is a cell biologist and he knows, like, a lot about cancer and and he had cancer, so like, can you engage in preventative treatments, you know, and hopefully fight off the cancer at the right stage? Absolutely, yes. You know, cancer research has come so far. Cancer research can go further because, you know, chemo and radiation therapy, they work, but they are really, really fucking difficult for people to go through. And there are all sorts of, like, things that cancer research could do to push it further. But the idea that cancer could be cured is something that I'm not sure is even possible. I think a lot of scientists would say that, you know, we're not sure if it's even possible to cure cancer. And ultimately, I think that, like, is that sad? Yes. But, you know, I think it's just...
I think I have often had more of the opinion that rather than investing all our money into research, I think that care is more, not more important necessarily, but I think it's the thing that, like, I mean, first of all care for any illness shouldn't be something we have to fundraise for.
It should be
people should just be able to have care. It should be nationalized, as we should all default be able to have the care that we need, just flat out. So, you know, but in the structure we have, a lot of cancer, I guess, a lot of the treatment and research of cancer is done through charities, at least in the UK. And I think that we don't focus enough on the actual care aspect. We
agree.
Throw all our money into this hypothetical research magical cure, where actually it makes a lot more sense to support and care for the people who do have cancer at this very moment. And also, crucially, so much of being cured for cancer is also, like, lifestyle. Like, if you're poor and you know, don't have good nutrition, like, don't have access to good, like food that fulfills you, that gives you the, you know, the the nutrients you need, all of these things. If you don't have care, if you don't have enough rest, if you don't have people to kind of help you with certain aspects, if you can't regularly go to your chemotherapy because you have to work, all of these things, Arthur, please, prevent people from, like, it is a life. It's obviously not everyone. The way that the way that cancers affect everyone is different, but the treatment of it can be affected so much just simply by having better access to care.
Yeah.
So if we invested more money into care of cancer, then we would have, I think, fewer deaths from cancer.
No, I totally agree with that. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the hot take that we all need, because fundamentally what you're doing is like politicizing the issue, right? Which is that I mean, there's a reason why like neoliberalism, which has a certain kind of disability politics, right? Which is the medical model of disability, the idea that disability is purely a medical problem and that we should seek to cure all kinds of disability, or that it's even possible to cure certain kinds of disability.
Yeah.
But this is not just a medical issue, and as a result, while medical research is great and is part of the reason why cancer treatment is where it's at today and does need funding, cancer is not only a medical issue, it's exactly as you're saying, it's a political issue, it's an economic and material,
it's a social and economic
issue, absolutely. And you know, when it comes to care as well, we're not sponsored by Netflix, but in Apple Cider Vinegar, I remember one of the things that we were talking about, it's really interesting about it, is the way that it actually shows that the medical industrial complex, not only is there an issue of like how expensive this care is and how difficult it is to access financially, but also like the medical professionals are so uncaring in terms of like emotionally and etc. So not only physical care but emotional care, because as I said, it is so psychologically difficult. Like it's a psychological trauma to get cancer and to go through cancer treatment. Like that's just what it is. And there's a complete lack of care in that regard as well. And that's not only is that like in the case of can we stop the cancer and can you survive the cancer, but also the thing that has to be accepted sometimes is that in some cases you can't, and that fucking sucks, and that's really sad. And in those cases, what do you do? It's about palliative care, right? Palliative care is end of life care, essentially. And palliative care is so like underfunded, underemphasized, and
because people don't want to think about death.
Yeah, and palliative care is not only like physical, how do you improve quality of life as much as possible physically until time of death, but also psychologically, because what a horrible, difficult thing to go through, to know that you're dying.
To know, and to not know when you're going to die, but knowing that it will happen in the imminent future.
So I think that this is kind of like a way of politicizing the issue, I guess, and saying that like is it a medical issue? Yes, but it is not just a medical issue. It's a socioeconomic issue as well, and we can look at universalizing, nationalizing healthcare, placing more emphasis on like palliative and psychological care, and all of these things that will really, really help, not only like in the prevention of cancer, because exactly as you say, like cancer can happen to anyone. Like you know, you can be in the most perfect healthy shape of your life and you will get cancer, but we do know that, you know, if you are able to have a healthy lifestyle, which, you know, in our kind of capitalist society, only people who have like the time and the money are able to access, like you know, exercise, good food, nutrition, etc.
But also like less stress
and less
like
absolutely less psychological stress.
I think that a recent kind of demonstration of this is... Oh, sorry, no, you were in the middle of a point. Sorry.
No, but it's just about that kind of looking at the other things, and I guess the only other point I would make on that is that neoliberal institutions really benefit from us only viewing cancer as a medical problem, because like pouring loads of funding into research which often is directly like related to private medical companies and like how they could profit from selling some kind of miracle cure for cancer and like blah 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 is really interesting. It's again like my brother's area of research is human biology, and I had a conversation with him once after going to a talk where like a few people on a panel were talking about medical research they were doing, and one of them was talking about like her research into cancer treatment, and she talked about it as though it was like a possible vaccine for cancer. And my brother and I were talking about it later, and he was like, it's so disingenuous for her to present it that way, because like it's so disingenuous to have people believing that there's some kind of miracle vaccine for cancer, because it's just not how it works. There's so many potential issues with this research that need to be ironed out, like, and you know, blah blah blah. But that's what sells. And pharmaceutical companies, they benefit from you thinking that there's a miracle vaccine for cancer. And then it's within reach if you just donate a bit more money, or spend a bit more money on this thing. Yeah, I definitely think that like. What I was going to say was, sorry to discuss the royal family in this space, but Kate obviously had or has cancer, and, you know, is able to just like take a whole fucking break from public duties and like go to like the best possible doctors and, you know, take rest and, you know, is probably looked after more than like anyone in this earth. And I mean, I don't know whether, you know, I obviously don't know the exact situation with that at this current moment. It's not something I've been keeping up with, but you think about that with contrasted with an everyday person who gets cancer, and like, you know, they might be allowed a few weeks off for like a week off for chemo, or they might be allowed this or that from their workplace, or they, you know, and they won't be able to look after themselves. They have to rely on family or friends. And what if they don't have family or friends, you know, like, you know, or a community around them? Like the like a possibility of getting cancer is an equalizer, but the treatment of cancer is not a fucking equalize. It's not an equal situation. And yeah, it's just not. It's not where we should be focusing as much on, basically. Yeah, they've got plenty of money for cancer. They really do. They already have a lot. They really fucking do. Literally. So one of my friends is a doctor, and she did a lot of like her placements on cancer wards, and she was like, honestly, and I mean, also I've worked in charities, so I kind of have a certain skepticism, I guess, to where money goes in these charities. Nothing makes you more like grouchy about charity, the concept of charities and working in a fucking charity. But she was like, basically, like, there is no point ever donating money to a cancer charity because they have got so much fucking money. Like, it's insane. It's honestly like just such a crazy industry, quite frankly. And charity is an industry. Charity is an industry. And yeah, it just boils my blood. NGO industrial complex. That's tea. Literally. This is the whole point. The reason charities exist is because there is a gap in society, right? Yeah, and like economic funding for social welfare, and then they want to keep you in like a cycle of dependence on the charity. Yeah, you have to depend on this charity rather than like, you know, just get the care that you need. And you have to just know about this thing and be the perfect patient for this thing, or, you know, there is so much money in these charities that is not going to the cause. It's going to, I mean, obviously CEO paychecks, number one, and also basically the spending money to make more money or to get more funds raised. So something I've worked in before was a fundraising department in the marketing like vicinity, and the amount we would spend a day on just social media advertising was insane.
And that's a day, because I did the spreadsheets, so I know the fucking amounts. It's crazy, and it literally made me go, wow, I hate this. I am never working at Shari again as long as I fucking live. Because, yeah, no, it's horrible. It's horrible to think about. Literally, the amount of money they have to spend just to encourage people to donate. And it's like, okay, well, where are those donations going? It's not going to the fucking cause, is it? It's going to more fucking Facebook ads. You know, it's just crazy. It's genuinely crazy. Anyway, that was my rant about charity.
No, I think, yeah. Yes, wow. I wasn't expecting cancer discourse to come up today, but here we are. Fresh off of watching Apple Cider Vinegar as well. What a time.
Yeah. Which was very well written, and we would recommend it.
We would recommend it, yeah. So chat is talking about essentially the possibility that the Abyss could save Kat, and there's like a few different possibilities for what can happen. Maybe the Abyss needs a sacrifice. Maybe they will sacrifice someone to the Abyss to save Kat. Maybe she's stuck in the Abyss. What's going on? I just really want them to sacrifice Corey. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I believe Swan will sacrifice her camcorder.
As a treat.
I'm not sure that's a blood sacrifice exactly, but
it's a sad sacrifice.
Do you guys remember the flashback of some strange werewolf at the start? I don't know if I do.
There was like a kind of beast of some description.
Oh yeah, shit, there was.
Do we think Kat's gonna turn into a werewolf and that will save her?
Yeah. I mean, in terms of the like horror fantasy stuff, I personally am not a fan when it's like, it was all just a metaphor, it was all just a dream.
Yeah, no.
So I really hope it doesn't go that way with it. But
I also don't think that like Don't Nod would do that.
I don't think they would. Frankly. They wouldn't do that to me.
Because their whole thing is fucking magical realism, right? Like it's just not what they would do.
They wouldn't do me dirty like that. I tried so hard to reconnect with Nora, but it was she was making it hard. What are you gonna do? Nora
she doesn't want to talk about anything. Yeah.
So you trying to reconnect with your friend, but your friend doesn't want to talk about anything. Still haven't seen anyone reconnect with Nora again because she's making it so fucking hard. I'm actually not sure how to romance Autumn. Yeah, I'm very curious to be replaying this tape and seeing like the different variations, but I'm hoping that this doesn't like completely erase our chances of like the romance vibes. But it sounds like if people were getting a romantic vibe from the makeup scene, but it wasn't like, ooh, there was like a kiss or like this or that, then there's probably still time in the storytelling for you to strengthen these relationships. I would be surprised if there wasn't. Yeah, also...
Yeah, I mean, think of... Sorry.
I was just going to say, I'm also kind of disappointed that we don't at least have BFFs.
Yeah. Yeah. Rude.
Come on.
But yeah. No, it's gone. Never mind. Whatever I was going to say is gone. Whatever. Yeah, interesting. I'm going to...
Do I think it's a rat race to whoever can win the fame of finding the cure? Again, my brother works in scientific research, and absolutely it is. And this is like not the fault of individual scientists, but that's how the system is structured. It's very cynical. Like
that's how funding works.
That's how funding works. It's grim. Like it's really grim.
Yeah. Awful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't get BFF. It's just with any of them. Like that's crazy.
I know. I was, not with Kat or Autumn. And Nora, we were flirting. Come on. I mean, we weren't like BFFs level. I didn't film you as much as the others, but still.
No. Yeah, I do wonder what the little crown above Kat means. I'm intrigued.
Yeah, I wonder, have you guys seen that crown, like, is it always on Kat, or what's the... Have you watched
No, I'll be
Jessica
fine.
Kelgren Fozard? She talks about disability a lot and the everyday annoyances
Yeah.
of not being believed or looking disabled. Or, yeah, I don't super actively watch her content, but I've seen some of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm aware of her. Crown means the closest to you. Okay, so Kat is the closest to us, which makes sense because we've like phoned her, and stuff. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Well.
Sounds like a familiar plot point in some stories. One being Dead Rising 2. I played Dead Rising 2 recently because in my video essay, which is coming out soon, about Telltale's The Walking Dead, in the first section, I talk about zombie games in general, and Dead Rising 2 is one of the games that I played, and Dead Rising 2 does indeed have a plot line where a pharmaceutical company is developing like a preventative treatment for the zombie virus and profiting from the American public by selling this like trademarked preventative medication that has to be taken every 24 hours and is super expensive.
Of course.
Swan that said she thought she lost her camcorder, so I thought she might have threw it in there. Maybe. Yeah.
Guess we'll find out. Oh, Layla, hello.
My choices mostly favored Autumn, and I got something more with her. Oh, guys! Guys! I feel like I fucked up. Not even BFFs?
It's okay. It's fine. We've got time. It'll be okay. It'll be okay.
I gotta know that we'll have another chance.
Well, the thing is, we're gonna lock in, so it'll be fine. Like, we'll just lock in next time. Because the thing is, we were kind of just seeing what was up.
I know.
Initially, right?
Yeah,
and we just wanted to get to know people.
You're right.
And some of these, like, some of the likes for people, like the things that people liked that you said was a dislike for others. So it's kind of hard to please everyone, and that's kind of what we were doing, right? So
no, I think
it makes
you're
sense.
right. I think that I'm getting into a place of like overthinking and metagaming about it. And I think what's important is that we're playing the game, we're feeling it out, and we're saying or doing the things that feel right to us. So
yeah, 100%.
That is what's important, but it would be nice.
What matters?
It would be nice
to have a little kiss.
To have a little kiss.
Absolutely.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
I think that the only game is... I'm sorry to invoke the name of Double Exposure, but I think the only Let's Play that we've done on this channel so far where there has been a gay option and we have actively not taken the gay option was Double Exposure. I think.
We didn't technically take the gay option in Life is Strange 2.
You're right. Never mind. I was gonna be like, oh, I think
it was buy for starters, but fine.
You mean Cassidy and Sean is buy for buy?
Yeah, it's buy for buy. Like.
Yeah, totally it is.
It just is, Yeah,
I was gonna be like, this has got to be like record breaking for Game Assist, but we've done it. If we. But I think it would be a new thing if we tried to be gay and failed to be gay. That would be a Game Assist first. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be worrying.
Yeah,
we can do it though. I believe.
Believe in us. Okay, well, get in your prayer circles. Do some witchcraft. Do some Ramadan prayers.
Getting losers, we're manifesting.
Prayers, whatever your... send positive energy into the universe, whatever your vibe is, that we are able to successfully be gay in tape 2. Because if we try but fail to be gay, oof.
I don't think I want to consider that personally, because we could potentially be gay in the present.
We could potentially. That would be nice. I'd be down with that.
Because even if you can't be gay in the past, you could still be gay in the present.
Yeah. Okay, we have more. So, this is our choice breakdown. Your cat's name was Pumpkin. You were neutral.
Doesn't have any stats.
No, sadly it does not have any stats at the moment.
Rude.
Oh, global stats. Here we go. Oh, hold on.
Thank you.
Let me go.
Hold up.
Global stats for this one.
Oh no, I don't think. Oh, they do. Oh.
People are actually finding it really hard to romance Autumn, or not.
Interesting.
That's
interesting. Very interesting.
That's super interesting.
Huh.
Okay. The super low percents.
Hard to be anything other than new friend with Autumn.
With Autumn. That's
very interesting.
Yeah. It's intense. It's on PS5, yeah. Okay, and then yeah, it looks like people.
Yeah, most people are like no to Nora. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Interesting.
Okay, and then let's look at our choices. Cat's name was Pumpkin. Pretty split. You were neutral.
I like
towards Dylan and Corey.
the cat's name was Shadow is like the most popular because of all the stuff about black cats and like people being weird about black cats.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Everyone likes a black cat. I love that. Anyway, sorry.
You were neutral towards Dylan and Corey. You retrieved Autumn's keys. You decided to drink alcohol in the past. Oh, shit. Press the wrong button, sorry. Hopefully we can go back in a second.
Yeah.
Take me back to my choices. Recap, please. Okay.
Yeah.
You said the truth about your music tastes to the group. Most people did that. You made Nora and Kat pretend to kiss for the music video. You made Nora and Kat exchange a real kiss for the music video. Okay. You decided Nora was the best actress. You called the hideout Form's Rest. You suggested Nora get a nose piercing. You agreed to draw blood for the ritual. You went through the entire Bloody Mary. You wrote a song about justice. You wished for freedom at the Abyss. You were violent towards Corey when he tried to take Kat home. Kat did your makeup for the concert.
Okay.
You found a way to open the padlock without breaking it. You took the blame for planning the concert. Okay.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah.
Tape 2 coming on the 15th of August, 2025.
Oh, April.
April.
You mean
Oh
April?
God, can you?
I was like,
can you imagine?
no.
August.
I think we'd die. Yeah.
Well, that
Cool.
was tape 1
Well.
of Records Bloom and Rage.
That sure was. Yeah, I definitely think I'm gonna get the game and try and do a little replay.
Definitely.
As a treat.
I'm gonna. We got some time. We got like a month and a bit. I think I'll be trying to do 1 or 2 replays as well.
Mm-hmm.
And play
Just
around
out of
with
interest.
stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, really like it so far. Very excited for tape 2.
Great game. Don't nod. We love you.
Oh, is that just Swan's shoes now?
It is.
Oh my god.
Swan, no. Baby girl. Okay.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much for the new friends who joined us today. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for hanging out. Had a great time. And we will definitely see you from April with tape 2. In the meantime, not sure what's going on. I don't think I'm gonna have capacity to stream other games before April. Personally.
Probably not me either. I recently started a new job, so I have a much nicer schedule now, but I think I need some time. Also, I've got lots coming up. My birthday is in a few weeks, and I've got lots of various social engagements because that's who I am now. I have friends. Oh my god, I have time to have friends. So yeah, I will be probably quite busy. But yeah, we will obviously be doing behind the scenes Game Assist stuff, and we've got some things cooking.
Yeah, for sure. So we might not stream again until April. We do have Game Assist stuff cooking. So this month, there's going to be another review on the channel. So keep your eye out for that. Very, very soon, that one. And I am nearing the end of the Telltale Walking Dead video essay. So people who are fans of that game or would like to check that game out might enjoy that. That will hopefully be coming this month as well. So we've definitely got some things coming.
Yeah.
Take care of yourselves in the meantime, guys. And we'll see you soon.
Have a nice evening, everyone. See you soon.
Bye.